The first half of this video is dedicated to showing you how to beat the LR Trunks and MAI EZA coming to Global Dokkan very soon. And the second half is dedicated to showing you some possible team rotations, some possible team builds to maximize the new power of LR Trunks and MAI on Global Dokkan. Tomorrow's video is going to be the same exact topics again, but focused strictly on Tech Goku Black and Zamasu. I could have covered both of them in this video, but I really didn't want to make this video too long, so focus on Trunks and MAI today and Tech Goku Black and Zamasu tomorrow, so stay tuned for that video. Regardless, these EZAs are dropping on the night of the 21st of December, almost a week from the time I am recording this video. So I want to bring that up because when it comes to LR EZAs, remember that when it comes to trying to maximize, or I would say really utilize the weaknesses of these EZAs, especially LR EZAs, you're going to need a very specific set of characters. So recording this video almost a week out in advance is giving you a lot of time to prepare your box, so that way when these EZAs drop, you can beat them, collect your free-to-play stones, your new EZA character, Kais, all of that good stuff. Let's hop into the guide first for Trunks and MAI, and of course a really quick subscriber challenge before we move into this video. If you don't have a single LR copy, again LR, not TUR, not SSR, an LR copy of LR Prime Battle TN in your box, I don't really care about the the super attack level, nothing like that. Just he has to be awakened to LR in your box. If you don't have that yet, you got caught lacking today. You got to subscribe to the channel. It is what it is. Listen, I understand that Prime Battle LR grinds are annoying, but I grinded 3 copies in way under 24 hours. So I'm not going to sit here and act like, you can't at least have 1 copy done within, 3 days of this event being out. So no excuses. You got caught lacking today. It is what it is. Consider subscribing. Road to 53K before the end of the year. Only you can make that possible. But of course, if you already have at least 1 copy, you can skip today's subscriber challenge. Thank you for grinding on Dokkan. And now let's hop into the video. So when it comes to LR Trunks and MAI, keep in mind that their EZA is weak to the Worldwide Chaos category, and you want to use the Worldwide Chaos category to reduce the amount of damage that you're going to receive from Trunks and MAI as a boss. And this is basically what the category looks like. Now remember, since they are STR, you want to focus on bringing characters who have type advantage. The only issue here is that I mean, you can use these characters, I guess, but the real issue here is that since this is an LR EZA, you really want to use characters who have the legendary power link, or basically LR character. Every single LR in the game has the legendary power link, and if you use that link, you're going to be doing extra damage against Trunks and MAI. There is no AGL LR on this Worldwide Chaos category, unfortunately. So I mean, you're really kind of only left with these LRs right here as a possible team. If you have Zamasu, you can run Zamasu as your lead. If you have Tech Androids, I'd recommend running Tech Androids as your lead. And then bring any of these 7 LR characters right here. Keep in mind that 3 of these LRs are free, right? We have this LR STR. Would you call him Rose? What would you even call it? Not Rose. It's Goku Black and Zamasu. I don't know. Is it? Hold on. Let me. What is it here? Let's see. Hold on. It's Zamasu Goku. Goku Zamasu. Zamasu Goku. I honestly don't even care. Keep in mind that this character is actually available from this event right here. Please go ahead and grind up this LR. Not the craziest character of all time. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's really good, but it's still an LR that can help you beat this EZA, right? Better than having absolutely nothing. And then we have this Prime Battle Cell. That's why I always say grind your Prime Battle characters, because you never know when they're going to be useful. Again, he's not out here really putting up the craziest amount of damage or anything like that, but he's still going to be able to at least provide some type of value in this EZA. And then we also have this Demon King Piccolo, who, of course, if you can get his orbs, he's going to be good to go, defensively speaking, at least. But it honestly sucks because this EZA is like you want to use type advantage. You still can use type advantage, but it's going to be hard for you to actually do damage to Trunks and MAI, especially, stage 7, stage 8, stage 9, if you're not activating the legendary power link. Obviously, since the boss is STR, you want to literally avoid running any physical units. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But I mean, I feel like maybe Goku Black can still work because Goku Black is supporting the Future Saga category and he does have type advantage. So maybe even though he won't be doing extra damage, he could be still reducing the amount of damage that you're receiving, not only from the buff here, or I guess the weakness of the EZA, but also the fact that he is AGL, you know. And then the fact that he supports, like, let's say you have Zamasu, this new LR Zamasu on rotation, just helping him do extra damage, maybe even this Int Goku Black, literally anyone on this category, right, who of course is a part of the Future Saga category. So yeah, that's basically it in terms of how to actually beat this EZA. Again, it's very restrictive, unfortunately. So hopefully you have some of these LRs in your box, or hopefully you have some of these characters in your box. Just try your best to avoid running any physical characters, and as long as you can run any of these leads here, maybe you'll be good to go. I also want to mention that if you have to run someone like Goku Black for a lead, maybe consider doing so, because again, even though he's not necessarily leading Worldwide Chaos, you can still technically run a Worldwide Chaos team through him. So let's say you run a Future Saga and Worldwide Chaos team. Just make sure that every Future Saga category you actually bring is part of the Worldwide Chaos category as well, if that makes sense. So any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, again, it's very restrictive, unfortunately, but I mean, they made this EZA for a reason, so it's still definitely doable. You're just going to need a very specific set of units. All right, now in terms of the second half of this video, some possible team rotations to maximize the power of Trunks and Mai here. The first rotation I want to actually bring up here is going to be Trunks and Mai, as well as, or I guess linked up with, the Vegeta and the literally newly released Vegeta and Trunks. Now, granted, Trunks and Mai, they're not on the 200% lead for Vegeta and Trunks because they're not part of the Battle of Fate category. These are the three categories they actually share right here. But Trunks and Mai is still under the 170 from Trunks and Vegeta with the Future Saga category right there. They share okay links. I'm not going to, again, it's not anything crazy. It's not like they're sharing ki, which is definitely important. A lot of attack as well. Nothing absolutely insane, but you can still keep Vegeta and Trunks. The issue with this unit is their links. Okay, it's going to be very hard to find really powerful partners, or a partner that's going to be able to really maximize the power output of Trunks and Mai. There's still definitely options, but it's like the options that you have are not really extremely relevant in today's meta, besides again a character like obviously Vegeta and Trunks here. But if you have both of these characters, this is definitely a rotation that you can run. And next one I want to talk about here is going to be Trunks and Mai linked up with the LR AGL reviving, Trunks and Gohan character here. They share 4 links before they switch, and then they share 5 links after Gohan comes out. Now, when Gohan comes out, this is going to be a very strong rotation because they're going to be sharing Cold Judgment, which they didn't share previously. And on top of Cold Judgment, when you're actually able to pop the revival, the ability to have that 58% defense on top of 58% damage reduction on top of, how much is it, 30% defense here, 25, where's the extra 5%? Yeah, prepare for battles, given that extra 5% defense. So 30, this is a very powerful defensive link here. Okay, so you're still going to be able to run the 170 for Trunks and Vegeta in terms of the Future Saga category. You can also run the physical future Gohan. Let me go ahead and pull him up here too, because he is a lead for this, a full 170 lead for this category as well. So you don't necessarily need Trunks and Vegeta to run this, but keep in mind that this is still a definitely doable rotation. The fact of, or I guess the ability to be able to foresee enemy super attacks, again, kind of limited in terms of HP, but still possible, right? Having that revive ability, the defense and the damage reduction, I think could definitely come in clutch. And keep in mind that as long as you pop that 12 key, you're going, no, actually, no, my bad. Both 12 and 18 after he, comes out is only attack based, not defensive based, which is definitely unfortunate, but it is what it is. Again, not the craziest, most powerful character of all time, but definitely an option for you. Next, we have Trunks and Mai and the AGO Goku Black. Not necessarily the most optimal rotation of all time, but it still definitely works, right? Because they share 4 key, right? And what, an extra 30% defense on top of a little extra attack. Yeah, they share 4 key, 25% attack and 30% defense. On top of that, AGL Goku Black here is actually supporting Trunks and Mai with the 3 key and 40% to attack and defense. So again, Future Saga seems to be the category you really want to focus on with Trunks and Mai, obviously. But this Goku Black rotation is actually not that bad. Like, it's really not that bad. In total, you're getting 30%. You're getting 70% defense from this Goku Black. 70% defense. Please go ahead and level up your links, because if you don't, the defense is just the links, the abilities here or power is not necessarily the same. So please level up your links, especially if you're planning on running this rotation right here. So again, Goku Black, Trunks, and Mai, not the most optimal rotation of all time, but you're not going to struggle with super attacks. You're going to be able to dish out a decent amount of damage, as well as look good defensively as well. Another possibility here is going to be this rotation. You have Trunks and Mai, and then Super Saiyan Trunks and Mai. They share 6 out of 7 links. 2 big ones being Brainiacs as well as Cold Judge, which is look at this. This is already what, 40% defense on top of this, right? This is 45. What does this one future give? Okay, no. So literally 45% defense, a lot of key, a lot of attack. This is definitely a very strong rotation. Still not under any 200% lead, unfortunately, but again, Trunks and Mai are very limited in that sense. Now, the only issue is that Trunks and Mai here are not necessarily that good unless you're going up against a very specific enemy. So let's just say, for example, this character, or let's say there's like a, honestly, like, even the thing with this character is that if you're facing a Goku Black or Zamasu, they can put up some really good numbers. Granted, I mean, they're very, very old, so maybe those numbers aren't as good. I remember this character being super, super powerful back in the day. With all the power creep recently, maybe they're not as strong as I remember them being. I think that's definitely fair to assume. But still, it's like, if they get an EZA, you bump this to 150, bump this to 150, includes, I guess this restriction here is fine. That's another thing about this character too. It's like, if you want them to be at their best defensively, you're going to need a blue, a blue character on your team, right? A Super Saiyan blue character, like literally any blue character. As long as you get that on the team, they're gonna have extra attack, and this defense is something you really, really need in something like today's meta. But again, most of this character's power is coming from facing a future Saga enemy who's either Zamasu or Goku Black. But again, you buff this to 150, bump this to 150, bump this to 150, bump this to 150, give this character some type of guard or some type of something. This could end up being, or maybe even some support ability, right? Maybe, what if they gave damage reductions to the entire rotate? Like, that would have been, that would be absolutely disgusting, if you ask me. So again, not the worst rotation of all time, but definitely not the best. And moving on, we do have this rotation right here. Another, I would say, a very, very powerful, defensively speaking at least, a very powerful rotation here. So you're going to have, again, Brainiacs and Cold Judgment, 40% defense right there. And then Mai is giving an extra 40% from her pass. So that's 80% defense that Trunks and Mai are getting. Granted, Mai herself, not really the greatest character of all time. We are down bad for her EZA. They really just need to give her, why not just slap 200% attack and defense on her, make this 3 key 40%, make this a great chance of stunning, make her stack defense, guaranteed additionals, something like that, right? Just make her really, really good. Make her really make this unit shine here, or maybe even this unit shine as well. But that is pretty much it when it comes to today's video. Again, some options for team rotations and whatnot. It's still very, very limited, and hopefully in the future we see some EZAs, or we see some, new characters that not only link up well with this character, but definitely bring out their basic, full power as well. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. We're already almost 14 minutes into this video, so I'm actually glad that we're not covering Trunks, or I guess Goku Black and Zamasu in this one. It's okay though, we'll focus on them in tomorrow's video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and peace.